Week 19 of the fantasy basketball season with the trade deadline here today in fantasy leagues. Here's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for this week. The first guy, Saddiq Bey of the Atlanta Hawks. Saddiq Bey, his numbers have definitely dropped off since he got traded to the Hawks at the NBA trade deadline. Obviously, when you got guys like a Trae Young, you got guys like DeJounte Murray, John Collins, Capella, and Bogdanovic, numbers are definitely going to fall off on the season. 14.4 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 2 threes a game, and 40% from the field. But the last couple weeks here since the deal, 9.8 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 2.8 threes, and 46% from the field. So right here, Saddiq Bey still playing anywhere from 25, 30 minutes a game for this Atlanta Hawks team, and I think he's got to learn the playbook a little bit more. We know a new head coach coming in once again for this Hawk team. In time in 3 seasons here for this Hawk team. And Saddiq Bey, though, we know he's a guy that can score the basketball, hit the three-ball and rebound. And right now, I think he's going to get things going, and it's just going to take him a few more games. So right now, while the numbers are down over the last few weeks here, this is a time to buy him low. February 24th versus the Cavs, 19 points, 4 boards, and assists to steal, 5 threes, 66% from the field. February 26th versus the Nets, 6 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, 2 threes, 33% from the field. February 28th versus the Wizards, 12 points, 6 rebounds, and assists to steal, 4 threes, and 44% from the field. So right here, Bey, right now, he's actually been dropped as well in 4% of fantasy leagues. But right now, like I said, you don't got to give up much to get him on your fantasy roster. And this would be the time to do it, because once he gets the playbook down and he's a little bit more comfortable over there in Atlanta, he's a guy that could go off and put up big games. So right now, I would try to buy Saddiq Bey this week. The next guy, Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. So Zion Williamson, his numbers are always great when he plays, but the thing is when he plays. Because he's a guy over the last couple seasons here, he's pretty much missed over 130 games as Williamson the last 2 seasons. With this year winding down on the year, 26 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 1.1 steals, and 60% from the field. So right here, I know Williamson, he's been out an extended period of time with a hamstring injury. People thought he would come back after the break, but then re-aggravated in practice. And Williamson, we don't know if he's going to be a healthy player throughout his career. Right now, with Williamson owners frustrated and just dealing with Williamson, a high draft pick, and a guy who hasn't pretty much played this season, this is a perfect time to go out there and buy him low, because he'll be back for years, Williamson. And this Pelican team, believe it or not, is still in the hunt for the play-in game, or even the 6th seed. They got a little bit of a chance. So Williamson's still out with the hamstring injury. This will be a time to go out there and get him. He's having an MRI next week on the hamstring. Hopefully he comes back clean where he could go out there and play, because he's been out since the new year. January 2nd here is Williamson. We know he's a great talent, but I'm not going to give up much to get him on my roster. But you definitely could get him on a bit of discount. If you give up a decent role player or a guy who's a borderline starter, one of your top players on your team, maybe you do. But if you got to give up a top 1 or 2 guys on your roster, you don't do it. But right now, with owners frustrated, play up in the air for the remainder of the season. After that MRI comes back, we'll see. But right now, if you could get Williamson for a low discount, this would be the time to do it. In the third and final forward I look to buy and trade for this week here is Aaron Gordon of the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon, he thought he should have been an all-star this season. He's putting up good numbers, no doubt about it, but I don't think it was all-star level numbers on the season. 17 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, 3 assists to 3 a game, and 58% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, Gordon, his fantasy value is definitely taking a hit. 8.5 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and 50% from the field. So right here, Aaron Gordon, we know he's a talented, athletic ball player, but he's still a guy that don't have a great shot. But he's going to give you the intangibles. He could get to the hoop, good field goal percentage, no doubt about it, 58% this season. And these guys put up double digits, but now with everyone healthy, it looks like on this Denver team, with a Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, and Nikola Jokic, obviously. He's the 4th or 5th option in this offense here is Gordon. And numbers are definitely dropping off, but he's still a guy that I can think to help fantasy owners. And right now, like I said, you don't got to give up much to get Aaron Gordon on your roster. So the last 2 games here since he returned from injury, February 26th versus the Clippers, 6 points, 6 boards, 6 assists, 33% from the field. February 28th at Houston, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 71% from the field. So right here, Aaron Gordon, he's got to get back into it a little bit after missing a decent amount of time from February 9th all the way to the 26th with the All-Star break. Obviously in the middle of that as well. And he's a guy that can do the intangibles. He'll help you in scoring, field goal, and rebounding. And right now, well, his numbers are down, and even the playing time dropping off a little bit here. This is a perfect time to buy him low, so that's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for with the deadline here today in Fantasy Leagues for Week 19 of the fantasy basketball season.